You see people saying that waking up in the morning makes you a better person. Billionaires do it, millionaires do it. Why aren't we doing it? What if you're okay being a night owl? Today, we're going to talk about the difference being which bird there are options of. Do you get the worm or the mouse? Why not both? So many questions, so little time. All I'm saying is, cuckoo, cuckoo. Hey, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Takeaway Table.
An absolute ass intro. Oh my god.
It was one of the harder ones, I have to say.
Wow. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. What in the world is happening for this,
If
man?
you're
Oh
a bird, which bird are you? That's what I meant to say.
Oh, I am the cool. No, we are talking about...
Not that one.
Okay. Man, how's everyone been?
Oh, wow. I mean, just want to say, round of applause, team effort. The numbers that we're hitting today. How can I say anything else? You know, it's really.
Oh, that's some real loud SFX, man.
It's powerful. These numbers that we're hitting.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Okay, let's play a game. Before we go on.
30.
By the time this one come out, 30.
Oh, by the time this one comes out, I would say close to 18. Monday. When this one comes out, Monday afternoon, I feel like we're going to hit 18.
I say 16 lah, 16.
16, okay. Jeremy?
I'm going to be optimistic and say 10K.
9. Oh,
10K.
okay.
I'm going to say 10K. Optimistic.
Okay.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
I was talking to somebody and I said that, it feels like there's been a unfair forced pause button that's been pushed on the whole world, and I think it's okay to feel pretty shit. To be honest, I've come to terms with the fact that I do feel shit. So I'm just trying to do what I can, move the set around, right?
Yeah. But what are people expecting? We are in a human crisis. Like, are you expecting to feel like butterflies? Like, I need to understand the expectation.
Ideally, that's my goal.
So people dropping like flies around you, but you feel like it's sunshine and rainbows, lah.
Yes.
Now that we put it that way, yeah, it's okay to feel like crap, guys. But speaking of crap, birds. I heard that's how you segue into things.
Sorry, I'm still remembering how Minghan drew a segue yesterday during our Want to Choose gaming stream.
Sorry. I just want to know.
What was the segue yesterday?
He drew like conversation bubbles.
And I put an arrow in
that was bad. That was pretty bad. We were playing like Pictionary, right?
It was like something like that. Like
Draw IO or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, they're all the same. Let's be honest.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, it's a brand new week, and I think we are given so much time and space to be at home to notice the cracks in the walls.
Okay.
That the biggest thing that you can change isn't the outside, but the inside. When I say inside, it's you. So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the early birds or the night owls.
Yeah.
And what the heck it means if you're either one of them.
We all heard the phrase, right? Early bird gets the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what if I don't?
What? Jeremy, hold on. What
have you heard
say?
the phrase, the night owl gets the mouse?
No, I've not heard that.
Oh, but
is that a real thing? I feel like you're lying.
That was what I searched when it came out. So apparently the opposite of worm is mouse.
The night owl gets the mouse.
Right. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know if I'm a fan of that one.
Yeah, this... no, I'm going to be honest. Like, I hate this sentence so much. The early bird gets the worm. I grew up with a vengeance to this sentence. I feel like it's just judgmental. And it's like, the same propaganda that they use, that they tell everyone that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I feel like somebody has it against people who cannot wake up early. Okay? So what? I cannot wake up early. I don't eat breakfast. Means I'm going to die lah. Basically, right? Nah, it was just me. I can't wake up early. I suck at waking up early.
Yeah, it's true. Gosh. He really can't.
I can't. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so obviously Minghan just answered the question, right? That's the first thing I wanted to ask you guys.
Oh, right.
Are you a morning bird or are you a night bird?
Night bird.
Like three of us here, we are birds.
Right.
We have birds.
Okay.
We are birds. We are.
Okay.
Okay.
Which bird you are?
I say mine more like anaconda. I'm not about not a bird. Hey, sorry, wait, what are we talking about?
I don't know.
Sorry. I don't know. Sorry, we're talking about this time of the day. But okay, elephant, a bird.
Okay, so you are a night owl.
I mean,
You
let's
are
be
most
honest.
effective and
I'm more like
productive
a
at
5
night.
p.m. kind of. I'm a 5 p.m. kind of duck. You know.
What does
Yeah.
that mean? So
Like-
do you wake up at 5 or are you optimized at 5?
I'm just getting into things around 4:30, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
What the shit?
You know what I mean? Like yeah. What about you guys? What are you guys?
I'm tired, that's why.
But I feel
Yeah,
that
what
way.
you-
I don't think I'm a morning bird. Night owl is like, I'm not like a party animal, but I feel like I'm a 4:30 duck. Like I get into groove around like, oh, dinner's coming up. Yeah, dinner's coming up, kind of thing. That's me, I don't know about y'all, but that's me,
Jeremy, what?
So wait, so if you're saying, right, breakfast is the main meal of the day, dinner is the main meal of the day for you. Is that what?
Yeah,
what you're
dinner's
trying to
my
imply?
breakfast, Dinner's my
Okay.
breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for me, I think I actually before this all happened, I'm a super night person.
Super night person.
Yeah, like 2, 3, 4 a.m. even. Like it
Wow,
could go
disgusting.
quite late. And because like our working hours is slightly a bit later, right? 10 a.m. instead of 9, right? Like I can still sleep at 2 to 3 o'clock and still have like decent amount
young
of
boy
hours
things
of sleep.
lah, young boy
things lah. Sorry, just gonna admit it's the young boy thing.
the hair just start to grow only, yeah?
But then, right, I feel like recently I prefer to sleep a bit earlier, like pushing things a bit. So I really don't know where am I. I'm in the middle, the middle kind of person.
It's not about what time you're sleeping lah. What time you waking up, Jeremy?
I prefer to wake up like around noon.
Wow.
So I'm the
That's not an early bird. That's
that is
like
the mid bird.
that's the after the hot bird,
That's the burung gaga in the Taman Tun that get shot by the
Yeah.
uncle. Okay, that's the 12 p.m. crow.
Okay, but I think I optimize the most at night, like
Right.
by myself, in 2 in the
Right.
morning,
Right.
Okay.
get things done.
Okay, I like that. I was like, I mean, okay, this is straight up. It's an age thing. I know for a fact, especially with guys. For undisciplined beasts like us, we gamers are technically all gravitate towards the nighttime zone. This is a fact. Like you game better at night. Also, just because more people are on at night, right? So we tend to kind of like do our best work, or we're alive and we're awake and we're hopping and happening in the night hours. But for me, ever since 2020 rolled around, I've actually started to wake up earlier, sleep earlier as well. So I wouldn't say I'm a full on like early bird, like like 6 a.m. I know there's the 5 a.m., 4 a.m. club. I think that's disgusting. We'll probably try it one day, 3 of us, for a week. But right now, don't shake your heads, boys. You gotta try
I
it.
already know the answer,
But for me,
guys.
right now, I wake up on a regular about 8. Sometimes if I'm really tired, 9
That's
o'clock.
disgusting, man.
I wake up 8 o'clock.
That's
every day.
disgusting. Why? Why do
What
you do
the
this?
heck?
Why do you do this to your body?
There's so many things to do, seriously.
Right. Okay.
But you know what? The time of judgment
relate.
will come later. Yeah, it can come later.
Right.
We want to know when you guys are listening to this. Let us know if you're an early bird or a night owl. Which bird you are. It's a bit weird asking that question.
Right.
But let's dive into that, right? So
I'm a
why
sunset
do people
snake.
think?
Say sorry. What? Yes. Huh? Why the?
I feel like you're putting animals like everywhere now. Like,
Yeah.
you
That's-
just throw.
I'm a jungle time zone. Time zone jungle of different things.
Okay.
Okay. So the question we want to answer
Right,
today is how can you optimize your efficient hours in a
Right.
day, right? So that's why some people prefer waking up early. They wake up early, they get more things done. And I feel like that's the case as well, because before it's lunchtime or by the time it's lunchtime, you're like, wow, I got all of this out of the way. But I know some people prefer to start at lunchtime and then work their way into like 2 a.m. So you guys want to share your bit on why you're more productive at night, or how that works for your brain?
I'm guessing when people talk about morning, the early bird, right? It's most often times like they're talking about productivity, right? Or like making the best out of your day. I'm sick of this. I can't stand the hustle hoes. Sorry,
What?
the hustle hoes. Okay,
What's happening?
I think I was very obsessed with things like this when I was in uni, because it's really about I mean, for me, I'm not a smart guy, so it's really about
What the
how
F?
many
Man,
hours.
you're the smartest.
No.
man.
I'm
Like
stupid.
sibling wise,
My talent is working hard. So yeah, I
Okay.
don't absorb things as fast, but I know that I can
Okay.
I can crank the hours, right? So to me, it's always about the hours game. And I was really obsessed in college about how in the world do I optimize my studies, right?
Yeah.
And because I think we shared a bit about this last time as well. But one of the things that really irked me was this morning bird, early bird gets the worm syndrome.
Okay.
And I really set out to do experiments on myself. And this is what I really found, okay? So, Jeremy, you can just chime in anytime because this is going to be a freaking roller coaster tycoon ride, okay? I think the whole morning early bird gets the worm has been implanted into our system to just say that, human beings as herd animals, if you're up early, you get things done faster for the working hours
Yeah.
of 9 to 6, you succeed. Because it's all about, I have a head start on everyone else, still sleeping, hashtag while you were asleep, and I get my day started. So while you are waking up, I'm already, done with my routines and my work, and I am pushing the frontier of my business and work, So like, shame on you, have a great breakfast and toast. I'm already re-engineering my third software robot AI system kind of thing, right? And I was just thinking, because like, if anything that morning classes taught me in uni, my attention span in the morning is absolute ass. Like,
Okay, that's true.
I know, like, no matter how many coffees I've had, I struggle the most in early classes,
Okay.
especially the
I know what you
8 a.m.
mean.
classes. Yeah. So, but
I just don't
if-
pay attention. So that's
yeah,
my secret.
I'm there. I'm basically there, but I on my phone to
Sorry,
record
that's
it,
not
you
my
know?
secret. That's your secret. My secret is I just don't go for the classes.
Okay. So,
Okay. We don't encourage that. Just preference, like please go and attend the
But yeah,
classes
I mean-
your parents paid for you.
But here's like the interesting thing. Like, I'm not going to put the whole story, right? During the MCOs, since the lockdown started, I guess all of us have had time to really figure out, I'm home now, I can work from home and stuff like that. And I've been doing a lot of experiments again. And since we started the studio also, I realized something very important. It's not about the morning bird or the night owl. We are this evolving chameleon of an animal throughout the day when it comes to our productivity times, right? I think it's like, I've identified, if I need to be up and I want to crank something when I get up, the first half of the day has to be like automated or uncreative tasks. So like, my brain can focus and I'm most productive on stuff that is like, like emails, saying hi to people, But my optimal times of like creativity is like after 8 p.m. So like, what kind of bird does that make me? A two-head bird? 3-feathered two-head bird?
Bird,
kind of thing?
bird of paradise.
Bird of paradise. Yeah, I mean that's actually a plant, right? If I'm not wrong. So
yeah.
so yeah, like I hated this whole thing because I just realized that different people have different times of the day where your brain goes into a flow of productivity. And I do believe that, yes, for a lot of people it's the morning, but it really depends what you're trying to do. Like, I need total silence if I want to create, for example. I'm not going to get that in the morning and the afternoon. So to all the morning birds out there, I hope Colonel Sanders catches all of y'all and make you into original recipe. Jeremy, what about you?
Okay. So actually, I had this conversation with someone recently. Actually, someone told me, yeah, you can say you want to be a morning bird or a night owl or whatever you want to be, but then you have to be realistic. All the working things happen from 9 to 6.
All right.
Regardless, you don't like it or not, the offices are going to open from 9 to 6.
Correct.
The clients are going to be there at 9 to 6. These kind of things all happen at night, in the morning. So you like it or not, right? You have to fit into this, like, the society. Like, there's no client gonna be up. I mean, maybe for different industries, but let's say corporate, right? Like a bank or something, they're gonna open at 8 p.m.
Fine,
to
bro.
entertain you and do your card openings or account openings.
Correct.
So then I was like, yeah, that's true. So I think what Ming Han said was about the creative thing. Yeah, it really makes sense for different people. Maybe there are things to do, like, that are specific to them, their likings. Maybe like gaming, for example, or doing creative tasks that does not require the company of other people. does better at night. So I think this, I think this whole makes sense. But I totally understand, like, because when I was back at uni studying and all, I experienced both MCO studying as well as like being in class. Yeah, go to class studying. And I can say, I don't know how, but I don't know how 18-year-old me managed to go and wake up at 7 in the morning because my uni, right, had not much parking. So it was a competition.
You gotta get there by 7, dude.
So it was a challenge run. It was like the race among time, you know.
Right.
So I was, and I'm those like kiasu people, right, who didn't want to. I had to park inside the campus. I cannot park outside because I'm very lazy to walk a long distance. So I will wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, get myself out 6:30. I'll be there, and I will arrive at 7 to just get a parking. If you're lucky, you get the outside parking, which is free. So I would try to strive to get that. But then I realized that after MCO, classes at 8 a.m., you can see, right? The lecturer also understand. Oh, okay. It looks like we start a bit later, around 8:30 we start, not 8 o'clock. But I realized it's true because once you're at the comfort of your home, right, it really changes things up a whole lot.
Yeah, of course.
Because you can't really do the same things like that. There's no moving around. I don't know. What do you think about that?
It's contextual, right? Like, I'll be honest with you, right? The only thing that got me to uni, and this is how extreme it is. Yes, if there was a early bird that gets the worm and the worm is barking, I get to uni at freaking 5 a.m. in the morning. This is not fake. I literally go at 5 a.m. in the morning, sleep in my car until lecture at 8. Yes. And then I go for lecture.
Crazy.
Okay,
this is why you created that video about the Helps car park, man, I swear.
Yeah, thank God that morning was not the flirt morning of. If not, I won't be here right now. Okay, so that it is true. It is contextual on what motivates you and the circumstance. So yes, if it's for parking, I am the bird that does not sleep. Okay, basically, I am the bird that does not sleep. Because it is true. If there's no motivation to do it, and like you said, it depends on what that productivity is. If it's time sensitive, be the early bird, you know?
Yep.
Be the early bird. If it dependent on something else. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hey, Mingyu?
So I was like that, I guess, all the way until maybe last year or so. And then I started just telling myself I need to sleep by 12 or just around 12 because the days got so dreary and long, right? I feel like I needed to have some really like cuts here and there just to be a bit more intentional with the timing. I've mentioned that before. So what works best for me now, what I do is I'm already in bed by latest 11:30. Like I'm in my room in bed by 11:30.
What a model, star model.
Wow.
And of course, I'm rolling around, I'm scrolling, I'm reading stuff, but then I try to go to sleep by 12. But I have alarms set for 8, 8:30, and 9. Those are my 3 alarms. I'm always up by like latest 9. If I'm really tired, I'll sleep till 9. But otherwise, I'm usually up by 8. And I think the reason is because I have a bit of a cut of like I get ready, I shower, I tell myself, okay, I need to prepare for this. And then I have a bit of time to kind of like do my own thing, eat breakfast, clean the house a bit, and stuff like that. But I don't know. The reason I feel it works is because of this thing, and I'm sure you guys have heard it before as well. It's this circadian rhythm. Have you guys heard of it?
Yes.
It's basically how your body is optimized, or there's a natural sleep and wake up pattern that your body has. And everyone's circadian rhythm is it's tweakable. You can actually tweak it. And basically it's just how awake your brain and body is in 24-hour time period. According to this article from Healthline, people are tired and most sleepy between 1 and 3 p.m. and 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. And basically, the better quality of sleep you get, the less likely you are to experience significant daytime sleepiness, right? There's also a chart about how much sleep you should have. So guys, let's play a game. Off the top of your head, how many hours do you think is required for you to sleep? 6.
7 hours.
7 hours. Okay. For people between the age of 13 to 18, it's a recommended 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
18 to 60, that's all of us here. At least 7 hours per night. It's minimum 7 hours. If you're 61 and older, it's 7 to 9 or 7 to 8, depending, you know. But then there is actually a very interesting thing, and this is something that I learned only from skincare and nutrition, right? That your body, regardless whether you're sleeping or awake, has optimized times for rest. Your skin and your internal organs, right, go through a reset and recovery period from from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. or something like that. There's the nighttime window. Regardless if you're sleeping or awake, right? Your skin has a recovery period. So if you are not sleeping, right? If you're not resting, your body is awake and active, right? The recovery rate is lesser compared to if you're sleeping. And that scared the shit out of me.
Okay.
I may not have all the facts right, but we're going to have to dig this up, right? It's the recovery period at night when if you REM, REM sleep, all that kind of stuff. It's one thing. But your body actually goes through recovery and reset at night. And if you are not asleep, it has a slightly lower rate of recovery.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to add something. I'm gonna be the audience, right? Someone's gonna answer this question. Okay, someone's gonna ask this question.
Okay.
What if my body, what if my time zone different? How my body know is
your
12
ass,
to 4
that's
a.m.
how you know your ass. Okay, let me just share the world a bit how it works, okay?
How you know it's different? Basically, it's again down to the time zone. Follow the sun. Like when it's night, your body behaves differently. So here's an experiment. If you really don't believe me, 1 week, right, you sleep according to when the sun goes down and comes up, and then another week you sleep just as and how you want. If the sun is up, you sleep. When the moon comes up, you wake up, right? I can promise you, right, if you do the second one, your body is going to be a lot more haggard and rugged compared to the first one.
Yeah.
You can check the signs on this, man.
There's a few reasons why. The circadian rhythm is something that I literally, without this is the honest as honest I can be. I freaking tried to hack my own circadian rhythm in my final sem of my final year to squeeze out at least 20 hours of studying every day. I'm not kidding you, okay? And why the body goes through these different cycles, it's not like, the body can see the sun, man. I thought, 24 hours, how our body know what second is what, No, I think it has to do with factors like if you guys realize, there's temperature differences, day and night, there's humidity differences. Most importantly, one thing that I also realize is there is oxygen and carbon dioxide level differences in the air, especially at night. Because when it's at night, plants also, if I remember, please, all the intellectuals listening to the podcast, please, this is not an intellectual podcast. This is an opinion podcast. But please correct me if I'm wrong.
And entertainment.
Yeah, if I remember correctly as well, the circadian rhythm, very big deal is how our body perceives light. So a way to hack circadian rhythms is you either use insanely blackout curtains and you will probably wake up 2 hours past your alarm, or you have very bright lights in the study room. And when I use things like that, it actually messes with your body to trick it that it's still daytime and it will try not to be tired. Another thing is the intensity of oxygen in the air. If you've ever been to Genting, we've had the chance to actually enter the casino before. You will realize that people in the casino don't seem to need to sleep. They can keep on going until 6 a.m. in the morning. And the reason why is that the air, there has been circumstances, even if you're in an ambulance and stuff like that, right? The levels of oxygen in a place really make you sleepier or more awake, And at night, obviously, there's no sunlight, so plants around you aren't I feel like going to a science lecture right now. Just take out the whole Genting part,
But it's okay, it's okay.
It's all about, I think, that recovery, right? Because your body needs time to slow down and heal. There are times when even your metabolism slows down and shifts into different moods, right? So I am 100% when you're younger, you don't feel it because your body is nice and pok choy. Everything also can recover. Your energy levels are off the charts. But you have to get to know how your body works. If your body is the recovery type from a certain time to a certain time, go for it, right? If you are a napper, I don't know. I know people who need an hour nap in the middle of the day, go for it. I'm the kind of person, you give me a nap, right? I feel like absolute ass when I wake up. I don't know why, But it's true. I think the biggest part about this whole morning bird night owl thing, right? You gotta slow down and get to know what works for your body. Seriously, everything, if you realize that no matter what, you need to sleep around 12 and you need to wake up 8, if that works for you, go for it, And then the balance comes in, right? You can do that, which is great for your body, but will it make you a productive person? And then the balance comes in, right? Because for a creative, I know, sure. For me personally, I would love to sleep at 10 p.m. every night. But guess what? Haley is still awake until 11:30. So if I go to sleep at 10 p.m., I'm a great person, you know, morning bird, early worm, you know. But my baby probably not here anymore, you know. So it's always a balance. It's always a balance, you know. What have you guys tried so far besides your sleep schedules? Have you guys tried optimizing your productivity levels?
I just wanted to say, right, if y'all don't believe the statement Minghan made about oxygen levels and that affect how awake or sleepy you are, here's a very simple exercise you can try wherever you are. I don't recommend it, but I just hold your breath. Give it to you anyway. Just put your hands around your throat and just like slowly, increasingly choke yourself. And then
After
suddenly
a while,
right, you will sleep one. I promise you.
Oh no!
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
please,
do what?
I mean, you try and see. Then you let us know the feedback.
Please.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Just kidding. Don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
Okay, so what I don't remember me doing much, but recently I've tried different so I watched a video right on Instagram Reels. Someone said that if you drink coffee in the morning, like the first thing in the morning, you're more likely to be lethargic by the like the midday, like around noon time. And so I tested this theory, like early this year, right, when we were starting to work from home again. I drank a lot of coffee in the morning. That was like my number one thing. But I realized around like noon time, I would get very sleepy. So recently, I tried to stop drinking coffee and take it a bit later. And I see some improvements in that. So I'm not sure if that really makes a difference. But I do...
a mind thing as well.
Yeah, it could be a mind thing as well. So I feel less lethargic. But I also feel like consuming certain food is quite important as well.
Oh yes.
I'm a big eater. I love to eat. So like I eat like big meals. But when I realize once I eat those big meals around like quite later in the day, I get really sleepy. And it seems like a food coma thing. So I'm gonna try to see like, you know, reducing the portion or like rationing out the meals would make a difference in that in your lethargicness. So I'm trying to, for me now, my main concern is not about productivity levels, it's about how to feel less lethargic around the day. Yeah.
I think that's good. If we bring it back to just the whole night owl or morning bird, morning bird.
Jamie is on
the morning bird.
Early bird.
Morning or night person, right? If you're a morning or night person, like bringing that conversation back to it. I know that there are certain key sort of like, I don't know, times of the day where things need to be done. Like Minghan said earlier in the podcast, based on the industry you're in, there are key moments you need to be awake or asleep in, right? So for creatives, true enough, and I agree with this somewhat, because as the day dies down, right, requests that come your way in terms of like just the required communication with somebody dies down as you end the day, because generally people are shutting down for the day. And as a creative, you may have more inspiration or more mind space to be creating what you want, right? But if you are working primarily in the communication sort of side of the industry, this is across all industries, right? Whether you're in creative or like finance or medical, right? The bulk of people's daytimes start in the morning, right? At about 8, 9 o'clock. And that's why a lot of people have to be up and they need to, prime their bodies to be awake and ready for that. And I think that's a very big contributing factor to your patterns of who you are today. That being said, though, I mean, I'm just trying to think and wind the clock back. On weekends, right, I used to be able to sleep till 2 p.m. I don't want to make the rest of the podcast too much about sleep, but like to me, I could sleep to 2 p.m., right? And then I would start my day. But I would always feel by the time 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock rolled around, right? Like, dude, so fast the day is gone, right? And I feel sometimes at that point, it's like, wow, this is actually a bit, cannot be that's all, and I feel a bit sad. So I remember like the biggest contrast at that time would be I would sleep and wake up I'll wake up at 2 p.m. But then, for example, like Minghan and I, like we have to go for a shoot, right? And the call time is always like 5, 6 a.m. I wake up at 6 a.m. and then I'm like waiting between. I'm like, oh my God, the day is so long. Like there's so many things to do. And I think essentially that's just an experiment for you to try. Like, how much do you want to get done? Do you have a lot to get done?
Yep.
I can tell you, staying alone, you benefit more from waking up earlier. Like that one is 100%. I tell you.
Yeah,
House doesn't look and smell like shit, lah. That's a plus.
No, I mean the times that stand out to me around the like this whole thing, right, is, I mean, for everyone who's like working, especially, or like who are self-employed, this one goes out to you guys. Like, I remember when there's just 4 of us, right? We'd go into office at 2 p.m. You know, 2 p.m., 3 p.m. is our office hour start. But the day never felt short to me because I worked until 4 a.m. So it's like the same kind of hours, but extremely optimized for my creativity, for example. But the shift happened when you get the team member. And I remember talking to Brian and Mingyu, and this happened as well. When the team started growing, right, then the kick in of like, okay, there are certain business hours that require you to do certain things, so you can't come in 2 p.m., you got to go earlier. And then for the last 5 to 6 years, it was like a battle within myself, like, okay, I need to be a team person, but this is slowly chipping away at what made my creativity what it was when we started. And how do I preserve that, right? So like ideally, it's always about balance, right? At the end of the day, like, sure, these days, like, I'll be honest with you guys, we've all just been in survival mode. So who cares what time it is? We get up, we go, we get the work done, right? But obviously, it's not sustainable. I would love COVID to recover so we get some semblance of balance back, in our lives.
Yeah.
But it's always that thing. And I guess it's when you start working with teams and you start working in offices or like companies, there is that give and take between your personal schedule and the majority schedule, right? The majority schedule, everyone, for some reason, it's a 9 to 5 because the average of humankind works best during these hours. We might not always fall within this average, but unfortunately for the night owls, this is the average, And I guess it's really about, number one, like you said, when you start living alone or you move out and things are dependent on you, right? You realize that waking up at 2 p.m. helps nobody because half the day is gone, half your errands cannot be done anymore. What, pasar pagi, auntie already sweeping the floor by the time you get there, fruits are gone,
Auntie, you go home and sleeping now.
The auntie left the plastic bag of, the cut up fruits for you at the side of the shutter.
That's crazy.
It's like, there is that certain thing about 9 to 5. And I guess, this is coming from a really real place because I'm seriously and truly a night person, right? If you prepare yourself appropriately, I actually do not think there's a problem being a 2 p.m. to 4 a.m. person. I really believe that very strongly. Like, you need to have preparations in place. You need to optimize a day or two in a week where, okay, let's get up and Adam, 6 a.m., let's get it all done, Like, if you treat your week like your day, I would treat my Mondays and Tuesdays like the logistical days. Like, get the emails out of the way, this kind of thing. Okay, then Wednesdays to Fridays, don't touch me, it's creative time, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I feel it's just about managing. It's always about managing. Morning bird, night owl. Think about it. Morning bird get worm. Night owl also get mouse. Both time also got food. So screw all y'all who say morning bird is the only answer, My 6 p.m. anaconda also got food, What 4:30 duck also got worm, Sorry.
Okay, I don't know about this part. I don't know about this part.
I don't think that's better or not better. Because you ask the morning worm to catch the mouse, no one's going to get food. You ask the night owl to catch the worm, he's not going to be full, So I think in terms of context, it's it's more important. It's less important to be productive, but I feel it's more important to understand how your productivity works. For example, like, Jeremy with the caffeine, and how you make it like for me, like, I don't know, this whole podcast is an example. If I do caffeine and I want it to work properly, I have one really good strong glass of coffee, but this is how much water I drink along with it. So like it dampens the caffeine drop after that. And I get a longer lasting pure taste of coffee, Nescafe Dolce Gusto. Sorry. But yeah, it's always about understanding your body and how it works. I really believe in that. So, anaconda.
I think Minghan, you kind of wrapped it up very nicely there. The main goal of this conversation is not so much about telling you whether it's correct or wrong being a morning or night person. I think it's just finding that sweet spot for what's most efficient, how you can be optimized, right? And I think knowing what helps your body is winning that battle, right? Okay, so I'm going to do something quite interesting here. I'm going to give you guys the song recommendation of the week first because we're going to go into a part 2 of the podcast. This week's song recommendation comes from Crush. And this one's called Wake Up featuring Dean, two of Korea's hottest R&B oppas. It's a sweet song. It sounds like this. Yeah, just a bit of irony because it's called Wake Up. So it doesn't matter just what time. Just freaking wake up, man. But okay, let's go into part 2 of this podcast. Last episode, we asked you guys what you would save if your house caught on fire.
Caught fire.
And we got a couple of interesting responses. So this is some of the stuff that we want to just kind of shout out because we gave our 3 to 5. If you guys haven't listened to that podcast, I don't know what you're doing. Just go and listen to that podcast, you stupid monkey. Okay. So let's look at some of these answers, right? So first one we have, do we want to read out names or we just read answers?
Yeah, let's go.
We can read out names, but we're gonna say sorry if we can't. There were so many,
but
these were, in my opinion, the more noteworthy ones.
Quite interesting, right? A lot of them, and this is just a general one, right? People will bring out their chow chow. I mean, the bolster, the childhood, smelly ass,
a lot.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people would bring that out. Okay. But Ini_Aisha16 says, my laptop to keep living. So quite similar to Minghan, right? I think that was one of your picks.
Yeah. You're going
it makes sense. It does make sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm JR Zane. My uke.
My ukulele.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Why?
Choices, though. I'm hoping it's sentimental value.
I don't want to be like,
you keep the urn inside the yuki or, like your savings or something like that.
Like ukuleles are so cheap. I mean, okay, sorry, maybe like
you never know. You never know.
Yeah, maybe it's like
Fender ukulele or something, right?
okay.
Like it could be a Gibson ukulele. I don't know. Okay, you know what? You do you, baby. Aaron.k_, my coin box. Bro.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe the savings got a lot inside.
Maybe a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like cash and credit cards.
Maybe a lot of coins.
Okay, coins are a lot actually. Like I have this, you know those tongs that have your biscuits during Chinese New Year? So I have one of those in my room. And if I fill up to the max, right, I've deposited coins before. One small box like that one, right, is about like 100 ringgit or a few hundred ringgits. So actually, right, it can be quite a lot of money if you think about it. So maybe,
but I'm pretty sure the weight to value ratio,
okay,
there are other things in your room that are worth more.
Do you guys know, for coins, just a fun fact, right? If you guys are holding the $1 gold coin still, that's out of commission,
Malaysia,
you can actually sell it from 50 ringgit to 80 ringgit.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Guys, go and dig your coin boxes.
Yeah, on Lazada, the 50 cents coin, by the way, the big 50 cents coin, not the current one, right? You could sell that for 5 ringgit to 15 ringgit. Do you know that?
Dope.
These are just,
didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you guys are, everyone's going to go into the coin box, kind of after this, But yeah, it's just a fun fact.
Though.
Don't get scammed. Don't get scammed.
Here's a fun fact. Like coins, right? Depending on what the coin is made out of, the melting point for coins is about 879 degrees Celsius.
You could leave it in the fire and let it be fine.
So you could leave it there. And actually, you just go back and take it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's, again, hey, options for you. You can take other things, Aaron. Don't worry about it. Your local Indian boy, my girlfriend, of course. Okay, questions here. In our podcast, we mentioned that ideally, our partners and people around us have the brains to escape the fire.
Yeah.
You are forcing us to assume your girlfriend is A, an inanimate object, or B, does not have the sensibility to run out in a fire. Because if it's B, brother, you need to reconsider your relationship, man.
Yeah. Just wanna chime in. I made a mistake. You can sell $1 coin for about $5 to $6. My bad. Let's go. Corrected.
Okay.
Corrected.
Dollars like USD or ringgit?
Like ringgit. Sorry, ringgit.
Okay. That's not a lot. So I'm sure you could grab your computer.
Yeah.
Speaking about computer, one of the people on the Discord server said, this is from Sora, right? My CPU, not my full PC set, just the CPU.
That's mad.
The brain.
In my head, he's like, oh, and his hand just goes like,
we're on fire.
Graphic card.
Then he's like, just wait. Then he's like untangling the wires.
Yeah, I need to understand. CPUs need to be careful. You need to like open one screw, two screw, open like that, Like,
I mean, he'll probably suffer first to second degree burns, but
the CPU,
if it's worthy, it's worthy. That's all I'm saying.
So to add on to that, right? Someone from, I didn't put this in the document, but someone from our Discord server named Ralph has experienced a house fire before.
Oh shit, Ralph,
and
I'm
he
so
said,
sorry.
technically the bedroom, but not the whole house, he said. It was just the bedroom. But when we were talking about the top 5 things to grab, he immediately thought it was very unrealistic. Because unless everything is in one place and you can grab all of it in one swoop, because deaths in fire is actually mostly due to smoke inhalation before the fire gets to you.
Ralph, you just changed the game, man.
He said he
Yeah,
remembered that he forgot to take his phone with me on the way back, on the way out. So he had to rush back in to get it because no one was at home at the time. But I think in the state of panic, your first thought is to get everyone out and then get help, not the five things. Yeah. But
Oh, you see, I love the hypotheticals. You know, they don't make sense half the time.
Yeah,
but okay, let's
like
move
morning
on.
bird, night owl hypotheticals, you know? Unproved science.
The next one is Annie_Annette. Prada bag at least can get money out of it. I 1,000,000% agree with you. If you leave it there, then it's a bit of a shame. But if you can grab it, it's probably worth a lot. So good job, Annie. Winsha, myself, still run out of the fire. Again here,
priorities.
Go back to the fact that, you know, priorities and brains.
Priorities.
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm funny as ass shit. My childhood pillowcase that I'm using up till now.
Okay.
Do you want to take this one?
Some things, you know, you need to let go to become a better person. And
even if there's no fire, you should start a fire and then throw it inside.
Yeah.
That's my best advice.
A sign of maturity and adulthood is when you can throw your chow chow into the fire. You know, go let it go.
Please.
Go let it go. All the viruses inside, go let it go.
no, these people are actually not young people, you know. They are,
Exactly. That's why I feel like, you know,
because
check yourself, man.
A young kid wouldn't call their pillowcase a childhood pillowcase. It's just a pillowcase if you're still a child, you know?
True.
Yeah,
It's
you know?
true.
So
It's true.
Just say,
like,
okay,
you know, like you don't call Chinese food in China Chinese food. It's just food.
food.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
my
that is
God.
actually really good.
Are you serious?
Oh, wisdom. Sorry. That
Wisdom. We're all night owl. Owl with the wisdom.
Kristen
Logronio.
Kirsten Logronio, my hard drives, because they hold my whole life for photos and videos.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to introduce you to this thing called Google Photos.
iCloud,
or the iCloud,
Drive,
or Dropbox, or, you know, just online things. I understand some people don't want to have all this stuff online, but hey, backup is backup, you know? So, hey, good answers, guys. I really like some of the thoughts that are going in here. Even though they're questionable, I like that you're still thinking, right? Man, this podcast is it's a breath of fresh air. That's what I'm saying.
I just want
You say that every week.
I just want to go
I
into
don't
this
know.
one in particular, this one's okay lah.
I was actually there's quite interesting stuff. Like you guys, like, you know, the podcast, we try to keep it like nice and generalized, right, Jeremy? Jeremy the generalizer, you know? We try to do it. But what do you guys think? Because I actually like dude, I had an impromptu 3-hour chat on a friend's stream the other day, right? And some people do like to dive into like deeper things. Like for example, it might not apply to everyone, right? But let's say we talk about even productivity and we really dive into it, right? Like you guys listening to the podcast, tag us, let us know how you would like to.
If you want us to deep dive, right? Like tell us, legit, I will do it. Because I have so many things that I can just dig up and just talk about. So you know what, guys? Let's do our next podcast as a live stream.
We are trying to plan
so
for it.
episode 119. This is 118, right? 119, we're gonna do a live stream.
No, 120.
On the
We'll do 120.
Okay, 120. 120, we'll do 120.
Special
But yeah,
number.
that's all we got this week, honestly. I mean, not much. Just, you know, some thoughts to keep you entertained.
Yep. And to keep you all motivated looking for the next one.
Oh, guys, it's what a time to be alive. I mean, if you can't fix the outside, work
Fix
on the
your
inside. Man.
Oh, true.
Work on the inside. Guys, if you enjoyed this week's podcast, I'm sure you're going to love all our other podcasts as well. Get caught up with all the other episodes on the YouTube channel, The Takeaway Table, or if you're on Spotify, just look us up, Table Talk, and you will find our cute faces there. If you want to also listen it to on other platforms, we're available on Apple Podcasts as well. If you want to join our community server, it's called discord.gg/The Takeaway Table. Discord.gg/The Takeaway Table. And that's where we have some fun, play some games, chat with some new people. We've got about like 3,000 people on the server now.
No. We're
9,000,
almost hitting
so.
2,000.
Okay, sorry. We're about 2,000.
Yeah,
we're 2,000. Oh, 2,000. And yeah, that's what we do on a weekly, regular basis because you got to find community. You are meant for community, guys. Don't do it alone. Don't do it alone.
Not communism, huh? Community.
Love you guys.
Community.
Yes. Community.
Community, not communism. Also, show recommendations. Go and watch Loki.
Just
this
finished.
week, the last episode came out. It's great. It's setting you up for the next big bad of MCU.
Oh boy.
And yeah, I think that's about it on our side. Guys, any final words?
Catch the bird. If you catch the bird, then you will feed it the worm, and then he don't need to worry about what time of the day it is.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
Own the bird. Yeah.
After
Jeremy,
that,
what about
I
you?
don't know what to say already. Like
I think
that
Jeremy's
was-
one. I think Jeremy's favorite nugget today was in China. It's not Chinese food.
It's just, yes.
Jeremy, I know,
That
I
is
know your heart.
my signature today. I think, like, if anything you take away from this podcast, right? Don't care
Just-
about the thing. Just care.
Yeah, it's
Enjoy
context.
it.
Correct. It's just context. For the morning
It's
bird,
context,
it's
you know?
food.
Yeah.
For the night owl, it's food.
It's also food.
They don't call it the night worm.
China, in China, it's food.
Yeah. Context
Mexican
is
people
so
don't eat
important.
Mexican food.
They
just
eat
eat
food.
food. Oh
Okay,
man,
we're just gonna wrap it up.
you gotta wrap it up, guys.
People,
Have
there's
a
no black and
great
white. It's just
week.
color, you know?
Okay.
Have a great week ahead, guys. Stay safe. Get those vaccines in your butt, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.